Are we ready?
Oh, what was that?
Are we ready to go?
I got spiderweb all over my glasses.
You got it all over. You know, it's funny because there was a huge...
No way.
No, not on you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but at the front
Was
door.
it outside?
When I came
walked
in,
through a spiderweb on the way in.
No, but it wasn't the kind of... It was a wolf spider, not the ones that have, like, the suspended
Oh, so there
ones.
might just be a wolf spider on me somewhere. Is that
No, I would know. I don't... Oh, God, they gave me the creeps. No, it was by the door, so I had to, like, get rid of it from the door.
Is that how you get rid of
Yeah,
spiders?
yeah, it's like deep bass tones. They don't like it. And then I stomped my foot a couple times.
Is that why they sell those spider horns?
Yeah. Is there such...
Go on, you.
Get on. God, there's spiders everywhere here. It's all right. Got my trusty spider horn.
Apparently spiders don't like peppermint. That's true.
When asked, 8 out of every 10 spiders said, no, I don't prefer the taste. Jeff, it's the week of, it's the week containing September 18th, 2013.
We'll call it 18 plus.
Okay.
Because that's what you need if you want to go to school in Halifax.
Oh, really? Nice
Yes.
segue.
Let's see if I have that in here somewhere.
If you could say, because if not, I have some things
No,
that
I
happened.
do. Darren Miller, a Calgary student who went to St. Mary's in Halifax. Yeah, let's use the segue. So Darren Miller, he had 2 degrees. He had a Bachelor of B of A. Had a Bachelor of... That's not arts.
No, but
No, what the hell was that?
what did happen? He lose them?
No, he gave them back. So B of A, I don't know why I put B of A when I can't remember what the A stands for. I clearly don't have one. Okay, Bachelor of Arts
yeah.
and a Bachelor of Commerce.
BFC.
From the St. Mary's in Halifax.
Yep.
He flew out to Halifax after the chanting scandal that you've reported on 2 times here on Canoes.
Right.
And he dropped off his degrees. He rolled them up and he laid them against the fence at the school and he walked away.
And was promptly fined for littering.
Possibly.
That's right.
He intends to take them off of his resume because he wants to distance himself from the reputation that the school has gained.
Yeah.
A private meeting was requested with him from the school,
Yeah.
and he's declined. He just wants to get away from it all. So he wants to set an example for people and bring attention to something that he fears may die out, and he wants people to realize that you can make a change.
Coincidentally, he is starting his own marketing firm, I've heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a...
No, there's no
Slogan?
joke. No, there's no... Yeah, not yet. Yeah, we like him. Yeah.
We don't like him young. We always get consent.
This all seems a little conspicuous, doesn't it?
Well, it's...
Well, I mean, who does that?
From
Who's
his
like,
point of view, I think it's like the guy who who buys a billboard to get a job.
yes,
You know,
yeah, okay,
Like,
exactly,
it was my
yeah.
last $500. Please hire me.
Okay.
You know, I mean, hey, I'm not knocking the guy in any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
If you give up your degrees, take them off your resume.
But
and all
he
that jazz.
flew all the way back just to hand deliver them?
and somehow made the news.
Yeah.
Someone reported
I
it.
want to do some back story. No, I don't. I actually don't give a shit about this guy.
Because if you're going to be cynical about every story, this is going to be a long episode.
No doubt. Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, we'll get right to it. I wanted to touch on a couple things that happened this day.
Oh, I bet you do, Brad. Did you happen to do something today? Let's hear all about Brad's day.
It was really good.
Oh, okay, go.
No, not this day, but in past years this day.
Oh, I
so, Mr. Dressup, Ernie Combs.
Ernie Coombs.
Coombs. What did I say?
Combs.
Oh.
Some people might pronounce it Combs.
Coombs died at 73. Yeah, way back when. But Kim Campbell.
Oh,
what?
sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right. What were we say about
I was
that?
just going to say his wife passed away a few years earlier.
Oh.
And then he passed away.
And then he did.
He's one of my childhood idols.
He was in the Tickle Trunk.
I watched Mr. Dressup every day.
God, and Casey and Finnegan, and then
Yep.
they got those crappy. What was it
Then
like?
the puppeteer
Andy,
for Casey Finnegan retired, and
Yeah.
then they replaced him with Chester the Crow and all those other
and
guys.
Annie, and
Yeah.
stupid. Anyway,
I stopped watching, but of course I was about 15 at the time.
Yeah, I know. I wrote a letter.
It's probably a good idea. Did you?
I did. I'm like, what the hell happened to Casey and Finnegan? And he wrote back. You know,
wow.
he's like, well, they're puppeteers.
It was like a stamp,
retired.
right?
Yeah. No, it was all of. He signed it and everything. Yeah. But
there
he's like,
was-
why are you still watching at 13?
Oh, that's not nice.
No.
There was a video. He went to campus of a
SFU.
It was at SFU,
SFU,
and
yeah,
a guy said, "I'd kick myself if I didn't ask for a hug."
Yeah.
He got to run up on stage and give Mr. Jessup a hug.
That's awesome.
I will never. I was so jealous.
Yeah, no, I missed that. I was out of town when he did a circuit.
I didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah.
I heard about it afterwards.
Anyway, it's all going down. Anyway,
He's dead, yeah.
He's dead. Apparently, Jeff, in 1991, Kim Campbell announced $2.36 million support towards the building of a $700 million. It's called the Kaon Particle Accelerator in Vancouver. So Vancouver, she actually wanted Vancouver to have its own particle accelerator.
But I don't think it has one.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't happen.
But I didn't even know we were in the running for it, or it was a thing.
Well,
but,
UBC is actually a very prominent
Yeah.
research facility and gets a lot of press in the science circles.
not quite as prominent as it could have been. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. And that's it. And I will go right into my first story.
You're going to segue.
I'm going to segue.
Oh, first story. What do you mean first story, Brad?
Well, the first story of tonight's canoes, Jeff. And I like this story for nothing other than its puns.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know if you remember the G8 or the G20 conference that was held in Toronto a couple years ago.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So this is where all of the richest nations come together.
I would say, wasn't that one where there was that debacle? But I'm pretty sure I'd be right no matter which one you were talking about.
Exactly. So this is the one where they arrested like 1,000 people inside, or it was 500 people or something inside 2 days. It was crazy. So one of these people actually pressed charges against an RCMP officer for hitting him in the head with a baton while he was down. So the Crown had argued that Constable Babak, I'm going to screw this one up, Goratani, I'll just say his last name, it's hyphenated, but he was overwhelmed by the chaos and he lashed out at a protester named Adam Nobody. Now,
Come on.
The rest of the story is funny for that reason only, because nobody was arrested at a demonstration on June 26, 2010.
Oh, good.
Yes. The constable's explanation for his actions was that he was responding to nobody's resistance and nothing more. Nobody clapped at the verdict when it was read in court. Outside the courthouse, he said that he was a little surprised. And lastly, nobody also said his memory of the events is very vivid.
Nice.
That's there's a bunch more, but I think that joke's done.
You're going to cut that short?
Yeah, I think you're gonna cut that short
I didn't do it. I was waiting for it to finish.
to get better, and it didn't.
That's all I was doing.
Yeah.
News in Edmonton. I hope no one's offended by this story, but in Edmonton, Alberta, a woman was insulted by a bottle of water. this past
What?
week.
Jeff, I can't believe. Whoa! What? A bottle of water?
Yeah.
Insulted.
True bottle of water. Instead of a production code or a contest entry item, which many of us see on the bottom of a bottle cap,
Yep.
inside the bottle cap express the words, "You retard."
That's offensive.
Yeah, ironically, as a little cap to this story.
Cap. Nice.
I didn't even mean that.
I know you didn't.
Ironically, the victim's younger... The victim. Why did I put victim?
She's traumatized.
She's not really a victim.
She's in her closet.
The woman in questions, her younger sister is an autistic with cerebral palsy.
It was meant for her.
So,
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
So they have to take it back then?
What the cat? No. So, okay, so this is what I didn't see coming.
Yeah.
There's some weird promotion that Coca-Cola was doing. This is a bottle of water. It wasn't
Yes.
a Coke or anything. It was
Yeah,
a bottle of water at a restaurant. They're doing this weird promotion where each bottle cap is made with... Each bottle cap from Canada, from Coca-Cola, contains supposedly a random English word and a randomly generated French word. So retard is like to be late, right? As we all learned in grade 8 and laughed about for a long time.
Yeah.
So the random words supposedly happen to be the English word "you,"
Yeah.
and then the French word "late."
But you think that they would in
you
the
retard. You'd think they'd go, okay, do not put these together.
That's right. There'd be there's got to be a bunch of those
Yeah.
that come out. Yeah.
I was going to write some, but I just didn't have time.
No, Jeff.
I'll write some on the podcast on the
You
blog.
lazy person.
I am lazy.
Yeah, that is offensive.
But yeah,
I
can't
mean,
imagine opening that up saying, "You retard."
I was reading that story, and I guess the dad or something referred to it as the R word.
Yeah, they don't use that word in their house because they taught the younger sister with cerebral
Right.
palsy that
Right.
someone said this, and then well, that's a bad word, so we don't.
Right.
Use it,
I
so.
see. Okay. I won't get off on a whole tangent about that. But
You can, I don't know.
No.
My sister works with special needs, has so for 10 years, and
Right.
she is often heard saying, that's retarded.
Right.
So, I mean, it depends on the person.
But I
and
mean,
point
it's
of
not
view
saying
and-
that is that's
That
a
is
retarded-
comparative to a person with cerebral palsy.
Exactly. That action is a slow or
It's a deterrent from the norm.
Thank you. No, that's good.
Yeah,
That was far more articulate than I could have. I realized as I was starting to speak that I'm just going to make myself sound worse, and
Okay.
you saved me.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm going to get to my next story,
That's right.
Jeff. Okay.
Sure.
Jeff, where the hell is the beef? Hamilton police are searching for 40,000 pounds of beef that was stolen from Ancaster, Ontario earlier this week.
Don't look in my trunk.
40,000.
Yep.
I can smell your trunk
It's a
from
station
here.
wagon.
Yeah. Sometime between Sunday 5:30 p.m. and Monday 2:15 p.m.
Whoa, let me think of where I was in this range.
That's quite a window.
It wasn't me.
A commercial truck yard was broken into at Xavier Road in Ancaster. Once inside, suspects stole the tractor trailer and the load containing $100,000 worth of beef.
Okay.
They also took the truck, which I'm guessing...
No. I'm concerned about the beef.
Oh, the beef. Yeah, no, it's gone. Yeah. Police don't have any suspects yet. They got away scot-free. However...
I suspect whoever took it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's the end.
That's the end of my...
Yes, no, that's good. That's solid. Good detective work there, Jeff. A1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have we got?
This is a second.
What have we got, Officer Benner? Well, I have a suspect list.
And who's on
I
it?
think whoever took it is probably our number one suspect.
Dang it, Penner, you're a
I've
genius.
drawn this image of him driving a truck.
Oh, I can see it. There's the truck.
Get out there!
Go find him. This is the second beef-related robbery in Hamilton this month.
Didn't you report on something just like a few months ago?
I
maybe?
might have. In early September, police canine unit was called to chase down a man who had stolen $250 worth of steak.
That's not a lot.
No, that's not. So I don't know really how they can call it the
How'd
second
that make
related.
the news? $250 worth of steak.
I think they were just like, okay, do you think we can, create a correlation here? That guy stole a few steaks.
They wanted a segue.
Yeah, they did want a segue.
It's a spree. Or whatever you call it.
Sounds like a hamburger.
Epidemic.
An epidemic. A pandemic.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it. All right. So a few months ago, I recall reading somewhere that Tim Hortons locations were going to be closing in multiple locations in the United States. Mm-hmm. Sorry, were you done?
Yep.
That's right. Were you really?
Yeah.
Okay. So today I read that CEO Mark Sarah, I don't know how to pronounce his name, of Tim Hortons, he insisted that the company must succeed in the U.S. as sales slow in Canada. The company seems to be reaching saturation here in Canada. Estimates supposedly say that Canada can sustain 4,000 Tim Hortons locations, and we are currently at 3,468.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So I heard that that Tim Hortons was not doing well in the States because there's no recognition, there's a lot of competition.
Yep.
And that's part of the problem in Canada as well, is competition. But the company claims that they sell, I don't know if this is a marketing thing or this is supposed to be an actual stat, they claim they sell 8 out of 10 cups of coffee in Canada.
Wow.
Do you think that's real?
I don't think that's real.
That sounds like way too high.
Starbucks has got to have a share in that. And Second Cup. Yeah, they don't exist in Canada.
Waves.
And Waves, that's right.
Who
Waves
else have?
Coffee.
Do you guys have Waves in the rest of Canada?
Rocky
I have no
Mountain
idea.
Coffee Co.
That's a chocolate company.
Oh, that's why their coffee sucks.
So his plan was to. His plan is for a single. So near my house, there's a McDonald's.
Yes.
Within the area, there's about 5 or 6 McDonald's. It's all owned by an individual man.
Yeah.
He just sold one, but he owns all of them.
A man.
So a man. Yeah,
One man,
sure.
yeah.
I can take out the word individual. Sure.
Sure.
I agree. I'll edit that out later. So his plan to expand is to find individuals like this who have the financial resources and the connections to basically open up 6 different locations within their municipal area and run them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's sustainable.
Once they've reached the 4,000,
But he wants to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I understand finding several people to do that.
Yeah.
But that's his plan, to expand all across the United States.
Oh.
To find people to do that in every other municipal area.
Wow.
That's a big goal.
That is a big goal. They tried to expand already and it didn't work. You said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're closing locations in the States, but now he's saying they have to succeed in the U.S.
Which is the beauty of capitalism. If you're not growing as a business, then you're failing as a business. There's no sustainable.
But I mean, why can't they just like? I think they'd be doing pretty good. Like,
you think the lineups are extraordinary and ridiculous?
You should know.
I should know. I wait in them all the time.
But they're also planning things like at my work, where I work right now. They replaced Tim Hortons replaced our coffee machines in both locations with a Tim Hortons coffee maker.
Really?
So that's then I read this article, and they're planning on doing things like that, where the name recognition is across interior businesses. So when people in the States and Canada get their coffee, they're like, "Oh, Tim Horton," and they just see their logo. So when they drive home, they go, "Oh, Tim! Oh, I know what this is."
That's that place. What do they do again? God, it's just
Oh, they're like Starbucks. I'm just gonna go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Get what I know.
No, Starbucks. I could use a coffee right now. Well, good luck. Yeah. I'm sure he's really doing poorly financially.
Yeah, poor guy.
You know, I feel sorry for him.
They plan on targeting younger crowds with, it said, milk-based drinks. I don't know what that is. And healthier food.
Well, that's a good thing.
I guess so. But even when McDonald's tries to do healthier food, it ends up having as much calories as a burger.
Maybe they should start targeting young people by offering...
Coffee.
Yes.
Tea.
No coffee.
And donuts.
No, that
kids love donuts. And candy.
Jeff, and candy. They should have candy. Dear Mr. CEO.
Because I don't go to Tim Hortons often. But when I go to the drive-thru, I usually get like a coffee and a donut. And when I say I usually get a Long John, and they always say just the one. Every time he or she asks me, every time, just the one. Yeah, just the one. Buddy.
Just me.
Yeah,
thanks
just for myself. Thanks. Yeah.
Dicks.
The end.
Jeff, I know you're big into space and space stuff.
Yep, I try.
Okay, well, you may have heard this, that the Voyager 1 has finally left our solar system!
Supposedly, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Is that the right song to
But
sing?
here's the... no, that's... the old acquaintance.
Yeah.
But the thing with my point of view is they've reported this like probably 4 times.
Yeah, but it's official now because NASA said so.
But they've also said that 4 times.
Have they? Has NASA said it?
Well, because there's a big... Because the solar system is so big that when it gets...
How big is it?
It's so big that your mama's so fat.
Oh, what?
I don't know. Nice. I got nothing. But it's so like the Oort cloud is one of the final exterior areas of the solar system. And it's so big that it's so hard to tell when they actually leave it. That because there's so much debris and stuff so far out there that it's so hard from here to be able to say, oh, that's the edge. Now it's left.
Yeah, because
the solar system.
I can imagine they're looking through their telescope and being like, "You think that's it?" Yeah,
they're not looking at it through a telescope.
No, it's gone.
That would be impossible.
Now it's gone. Okay.
That would be impossible.
No, I can't. Is it a star? It's hard to say. Okay, it's got to be gone.
Is that a star or a 5-foot wide device that we shot 35 years ago? I can't tell.
Gee, it's so far away.
No, they get readings back and stuff like that. But yeah, it's very, very hard to tell when you've actually left the solar system.
Well, you know the exact way that they tell. Do you know how they tell that it's finally gone?
I didn't read that part, no.
Well, see, oscillations in the plasma surrounding the probe seen in late 2012 and early 2013 show that its density has been on the rise and is now about 40 times higher than before. Extrapolating backwards, the increase must have started on the 25th of August 2012. This corresponds to readings from another Voyager first instruments also taken in August of last year that shows a drop in solar cosmic rays hitting the probe. Instead, the craft saw an excess of galactic cosmic rays which come from sources outside the heliosphere.
Oh.
Together, the lines of evidence suggest that Voyager 1 has truly crossed over, Jeff.
Okay, so what it says is, when it's in the solar system area, it's getting hit, say, from the left with the sun's energies.
From the left,
as soon as it leaves the debris and stuff, that there's less exterior debris blocking the intergalactic rays on the right. Once it's left the actual Oort cloud and solar system area, there's more stuff coming out from intergalactic space hitting it than there is from our own sun.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Now it says, so now the ratio is great enough that they can officially say it. Now I get it.
You know, I'm so glad
I know you were joking, but I get it.
That's awesome that you translated that because I read that thing 4 times and I couldn't get it straight, and you just simplified it in 2 seconds. That's wonderful. So there you go, listeners. You've learned something.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, just like that.
Brad, we've been doing improv and comedy together for about a decade.
Yes.
Pretty much almost
Yes.
every single week we've done something.
Something. It's been a long time.
You know, I have a thing about clowns.
You like them.
I hate them. I can't
Okay.
stand clowns.
You
I
never
have
get that
what,
right.
well, Russ insists I have coulrophobia, which is an intense fear of clowns. I just kind of generally hate them. In Northampton, England, I know this is outside Canada, but I'm jumping ahead.
Okay.
Northampton, England, they've been living my waking nightmare.
What?
There's a creepy-ass clown, like the guy from It. What's his name? Pennywise? There's a guy walking around in Northampton, England, and he just stands there and waves holding a helium balloon. And like, he just doesn't speak, he doesn't smile, he doesn't say anything, he just stands, he just pops up in a location. No one sees him walking to the location, no one sees him leaving the location. He just appears, and as soon as someone looks at him, waves.
Oh,
Isn't that creepy as shit?
That gives me the chills.
That is so creepy.
It's not like the friendly giraffe at all.
What's a friendly giraffe?
Remember you covered the story. It was like one of our first
did?
episodes. Yeah, the friendly giraffe. The guy dressed in a giraffe suit and he just goes around doing friendly giraffe things.
I don't remember that
He's
at all.
some drunk from North Dakota.
Oh, okay. Well, this is in England. So yeah, he just stands there. He has a Facebook page. Supposedly it's him.
Yeah.
There's 20,000 followers already. It's mostly people in the area who just want to keep track of
I was gonna say
where this fucking guy is.
so he doesn't spring up behind them
All
while
the
they're
all the comments are all, "This is creepy as fuck." Like, these people are literally frightened of him.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but yeah, I understand.
And he keeps doing it.
So there was an update, a recent, in May I think it was, there was a mockumentary on there that featured a similar clown, but the filmmaker's been contacted and insists it's not him, he has nothing
Yeah.
to do with it,
Yeah.
he doesn't even live in the area anymore, but the outfit's the same, like he's wearing like overalls with like yellow sleeves and the same kind of, that whole head plastic hat, not
Makes
hat.
you look bald and
the
then
bald
hair
cap,
up
yeah,
the
the white bald
sides.
cap,
Yeah.
same thing, looks not like it from that mockumentary, but
Plastic
not him.
nose,
Rubber nose, yeah.
the knife with the blood.
He
dripping
doesn't have
off
that
the end.
yet, but I think that's what people
Child
are scared
head from the murder that he just committed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he just waves.
Yeah, he's like, hey!
Killed another one.
Yeah.
Try and stop
This
me.
could be you. Want a balloon? That is,
yeah.
I'm shocked and
Creepy.
little- I'm gonna have nightmares.
Yep, you're
tonight.
welcome. I'll post a picture.
Please do put it on the website. Do you know how to dance? You a two-stepper?
I can do a few dances, but
Okay.
I've never taken any formal learning.
Well, in Kelowna, British Columbia, which is up in the interior of BC, there's a two-stepping cowboy who's been going to the same place, same little bar up there, the OK Corral, surprise, surprise, for 2 decades, and he has been teaching people how to two-step.
Are they young, cute, attractive female people?
They are all
course.
young, cute,
Oh,
attractive
wow.
female people. Jeff,
I'm
how
a
did
good
you
guesser. Oh, well.
know? Just call it a hunch.
I heard Kelowna dancing in 20,
Yeah,
20-year
that's right, yeah.
history. I'm going to the bar.
And lots of blow. Yeah, it must be Kelowna. Arnie Davis, 79. He's been a fixture there at the OK Corral Cabaret for nearly 20 years, leading ladies in a waltz dance or two-step.
Which is it?
Oh, both.
Oh,
he
okay.
does both.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he's retiring because he's been recently diagnosed with cancer. Not funny.
No. That's not, I hope that's not your button.
That's definitely not my button.
Okay.
No. So the bar found out that he was retiring, and so they wanted to do a big send off for him. So
he's just a patron, right?
he's just a patron.
Okay,
Yeah. So he's been going there. I mean, I can only imagine how spotted his liver is by now, but like literally 3 or 4 times a week. For the last 20 years. So they did this big wind up, but before they did, people were sending in their kind of condolences and, just like, hey, thanks for all the years of the memories and all of those things. Here we go. So he will have his last appearance. He had his last appearance on Friday, and hundreds of people posted their messages and memories.
Is his last appearance is going to have probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people turn out.
There was.
Get turned out. Oh, it's over.
It's done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the thing that I enjoy, and people actually, a woman flew in from Alberta, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, to have a last. I mean, it was all very nice. But the thing is, they posted all their memories and messages on Facebook. Something that 79-year-old Arnie is sure to see. I just threw my papers.
Friend me on Facebook. What?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
Huh, interesting. Mm-hmm. I had a quick note. Last week we recorded on the 11th, and we missed a big story.
We missed one?
We missed a big story.
We talked about it.
The whole John Kerry thing.
Oh, that
The
story.
Syria thing.
Oh, yes.
So I just wanted to shout out real quick. We forgot to report last week on John Kerry's amazing peace negotiation tactics in terms of Syria. The Barack Obama had been on a media blitz convincing the country that their intentions of bombing the shit out of al-Assad to end his threat of using chemical weapons on his own people. Then at a London press conference on the 9th, I think it was, Kerry was asked if there was anything Assad could do to prevent the impending military attack, and Kerry said he could turn over every single bit of his chemical weapons to the international community, continuing, "Can't be done though." And then the next day, the potential strike was called off as Assad and Vladimir Putin were in talks for Assad to turn over all of his chemical weapons.
Just like that.
A gigantic war. I mean, obviously the rebellion.
Sure.
Not the rebellion. Yeah, the rebellion.
It's
still
the rebellion.
going.
Yeah.
But sorry, I've
rebels
been
involved.
listening to a lot of Star Wars podcasts.
No worries. Yeah.
But yeah, like the next day, the whole war, everything was just like. And last week I made a comment like, "Why? What's with all the PC talk? Why can't we just say what's on our minds and stuff like that? Like, just say this stuff." And the world is just like. It just drove me crazy.
And that's great, and it really is good because they're talking like what a novel idea, and they're forcing him. I mean,
it's great, but this is totally by accident. I totally threw a sarcastic comment, unless he's a genius. But I don't think so.
I don't think it was totally by accident. I think he was looking because Obama was dragging his feet a little bit because he wanted to take it to the House of Representatives again. I don't know. He was also looking for some public polls.
I think he just didn't want it all on him.
Oh, for sure he didn't. Yeah, because he just looked like Bush that way. But Kerry's left himself a pretty big out. He says he needs to do all this. He has a month, a timeline of a month.
Well, he said a week at the time, but they've extended it now.
Yeah, he's at a month. But I mean, we'll see if it. I mean, it could. Is it just delaying the inevitable? Who knows?
Yeah, but why can't more stuff like this just? Hey, instead of bombing the shit out of an entire city, why don't we get one of these spies we talk about it and go insert him in...
Well, they did that with Saddam Hussein for ages and ages. They would negotiate, and they'd be like, okay, turn over your weapons. No, I don't have weapons. Come on, give us your weapons. No, I don't have any weapons. Okay, and then they finally go in and kick his ass.
Let's shoot him in the head.
Well, they didn't do that. They did a pole thing. Oh, no, that was somebody else.
Pole thing?
Yeah, didn't they shove a pole up his...
Well, you're thinking of Dracula. What the hell's that guy's name?
Dracula? Abe Vigoda?
No, not Abe Vigoda.
Isn't he Dracula?
No.
Oh.
He's like a gangster.
Oh, okay.
In movies. He's an actor.
I think we got off track somewhere. Where were we?
I only know Abe Vigoda from Joe versus the Volcano.
Yeah.
And he was a voice on Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Okay.
That's the only way I know Abe Vigoda.
That's far more than I know about him.
Okay.
Jeff, every week you have a story that wastes your time. Do you have one this week?
You know what I've decided to call it?
Okay.
What?
What?
Oh. Waste of time.
Waste time.
What?
What?
So you're doing what this week?
Well, this is more for you. This is a
Okay.
what. But, Jeff, Apple's latest iPhone, it has technology.
Inside, I hope.
Oh, Joe, it's incredible. But it has technology called biometrics that allows it to recognize your fingerprints.
Yes, I've seen that on the button here.
So that's right. It's a security thing. Oh, do you have it on yours?
Oh, no. But on this button here, it would have...
That's where
the
it would
thumbprint.
be. Yeah. So people were asking, well, what happens if my iPhone gets stolen or get robbed of my iPhone, and in order to get my phone, they want my finger, so they chop off my finger so they can still access my iPhone.
People are extremely desperate.
They are, but not as desperate as the reporter who said, I'll answer that question. And so they actually posed this to the CEO, and it turns out that it will not work with a severed finger. So the finger
Based on what?
Based on the technology.
It has to be warm?
It has to be warm because it senses the subdural temperature of the skin, or I guess your blood. And
But what if you just microwave it to 98 degrees?
Well, then you'd have a really shitty song.
Or whatever the temperature of the finger is, like 70 whatever.
It's not 98 degrees.
Okay, but 70 whatever
Are we
temperature
23
is.
degrees?
I have no idea.
I feel about 20.
Sure, 23. I know the inside of the mouth's 98. I always go to 98.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But what
well,
if you heat the
internal
finger
temperature.
up? Stick it in your mouth for 30 seconds.
Okay.
That's no big deal. Some guy swallowed a toe the other week.
That's true. That's what we call a loophole, and that's fully bad. They didn't cover that in this useless story.
But the CEO to go, has to be warm.
Has to be warm.
There's no way around that one.
It has to be attached to a living hand. Was his exact response.
I don't believe that. I don't think...
This story isn't such a waste of time at all. This is getting quite a debate, yeah. All right. Well, I mean,
unless
you
it's
can...
sensing the heartbeat, but I think the I don't know what the button is, but if it's a button, it
Yeah.
won't sense a heartbeat. If it's a sensor, then maybe
No, it's not a
I'm
heartbeat.
off my rocker.
It's a temperature. Yeah, it's probably... Yeah, so it's probably just heat.
If it's just a temperature, then
Yeah.
I say loophole. There's a loophole.
Suck on that finger. There you go.
If it's sensing the heartbeat in your thumb, then hey, you got me.
No, it's just because it's a finger too. You can use a finger, so
okay.
it's just anything. Yeah, I mean you have pulses in all your fingers, but it's stronger.
That's what I say. If it's a sensor and can sense the pulse, which would be very sensitive.
Well, you can ask Masher because they're the online or they're the people who reported the story.
Masher.
Masher.
All right. I will do
which
that.
I thought was funny because that's what people do when they.
Mash, come on, you stupid thing. I think I am done, except for I just wanted to do a quick shout out. Did you play Grand Theft Auto at all?
I had this story as well.
Did you? So apparently they made $800 million in one day. So opening at midnight in I think like 8,300 stores. I think it was.
Take that, movies.
But I was surprised I didn't even think of this. But the release they all came out on for Xbox 360 and PS3, despite the new consoles coming out.
The new consoles coming out?
The PS4 and the Xbox One.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, I reported on it like 3 times. What are you talking
that's
about?
what that's called, the Xbox One.
Yeah.
It's not
a new
called the
console.
180 anymore.
180.
Oh, that's what you were calling it. The 180. I get it.
Maybe
now.
I was.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. So apparently they even had a trailer in this game back in 2011. So people have been waiting 2 years for it.
Jeez.
Did you, Mike? Are you playing it? Mike could give 2 shits.
Yeah.
But apparently a lot of people, and I know some friends on Facebook who are playing it, and someone's writing a review for us right now.
Who's the character, like the main lead? Like I know, like it's got a Russian guy and
I don't play it. I played, I think, part 2, and it's not my thing.
I played Vice City a lot. I liked Vice City.
Was it good?
That was fun. I don't know. I could play it when I was drunk.
I just drove around and did little odd jobs for people that I hid from the cops.
The cash money, you didn't pay your taxes.
I pulled people out of cars and I drove their cars around. The cops chased me and I went and hid in the garage. That's pretty much what I did.
Wait
like,
till the heat dies
screw
down.
this game.
Yeah, till the 1 star goes away.
Pretty much.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got one more story here, and this
Good.
is all about Swedish people and jerking off.
All right.
Yeah.
aboard.
A Swedish court has ruled this week that masturbating in public is okay as long.
See you later, everybody.
Jeff, no wait. As long as it's not directed at anyone.
Oh, well, that makes sense. You want to be polite.
That's right. Yeah. So as long as you're not aiming, and I don't know how girls do it, but
How far are you shooting? I don't shoot that far.
No, you just can't be pointing or looking at somebody when you're doing it. I just did
you could be looking at the sky and jerking off.
Yeah. Yeah,
I see.
Yeah. Or so in this man's case, the ruling came after.
There's an example. Great.
Yeah. He was charged with sexual assault for masturbating on a beach June 6th.
Well, you don't masturbate on a beach in June. Everybody knows that.
That's a crime.
Look at the town charter.
Yeah. And not only that, but he was a 65-year-old man.
All right.
Yeah. He removed his shorts and started jerking off close to the water. But he was acquitted because it needed to be proven that the man needs to expose himself to somebody in particular. You need to pleasure yourself towards a specific person.
So if I'm at the beach in Sweden, you said?
Sweden.
So I'm at the beach in Sweden.
Yeah.
And I go, I want to jerk it. I walk up to the water and just start jerking it.
Yep.
That's fine.
Well, it might not be fine. It might just be considered disorderly conduct. But it won't be indecent exposure or masturbating in public.
If people call the police on me, will the police approach me and say you're doing something wrong?
Yeah, it's like this.
Not so much on the head.
Yeah. Overhand grip. Come on. What are you, new to Sweden?
Thanks, officer.
Oh, well, this is much better. What a nice place Sweden is. I gotta come here more often.
That was a pun.
Yeah, that sure was.
All right, well, let's end on that.
That's a good note, yeah.
Please visit our website, canoespodcast.com. I've got regular articles going up every other day, and you can email us for corrections about the stories we said tonight, and I know there will be some.
Yep.
canoespodcast@gmail.com.
For sure. And check us out on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Do a search for Canoes and Canoes Podcast on YouTube. We will pop up. You can listen to this on YouTube directly now.
Yeah.
And also, please subscribe on iTunes.
Yay!
Good night.
Good night!